This fight was supposed to be a battle of equals, but what unfolded was a brutal reminder that Jaron Boots Ennis isn't just good, he's levels above. On April 12th, fans expected a toe-to-toe war between Ennis and Stanionis, both undefeated, both hungry, both dangerous. But instead of a slugfest, we got a showcase of dominance. Ennis didn't just win, he made a statement, stopping Stanionis in the 6th round and collecting 2 more championship belts in the process. While Stanionis is no slouch and came in with an impressive record, Ennis exposed a massive gap in skill and class, showing why he's now one of the most feared names in boxing. Right from the opening bell, Ennis looked like he had something to prove. He came out in a focused, orthodox stance, controlling the pace with his jab and digging in hard with right hands to the body. His movements were sharp, his timing precise. Midway through the 1st round, Stanionis managed to catch Ennis with a slick counter-left hook, a reminder that he came to fight, but that moment was short-lived. Even in the early exchanges, it was clear who was more in control, more composed, and more dangerous. As the fight moved into the 2nd round, Stanionis found a brief window of opportunity. He landed a strong left, followed by a clean right that backed Ennis up for a moment. It looked like things might be heating up into the war fans were hoping for. The 3rd round added to that hope, with both fighters exchanging punches and raising the energy. But by the 4th, the momentum had swung completely. Ennis began to look untouchable, dancing around the ring, landing accurate shots and slipping punches like a seasoned master. He wasn't just winning, he was putting on a... The 5th round saw Stanionis try to turn things around. He gave his all in those opening minutes, pressing forward and throwing punches with more aggression than before. But Ennis responded with power and precision. As the round closed, he exploded with a flurry of hard shots that snapped Stanionis's head back and left him visibly hurt. The blood around Stanionis' nose began to flow more heavily, and the bruises around his eyes told the story. He was taking serious damage, and Ennis wasn't slowing down. Then came the 6th round, and it was pure destruction. Stanionis, battered and bleeding, kept pushing forward with heart, but in the final seconds of the round, Ennis attacked with brutal precision. He started with 2 punishing body shots, then followed with 4 vicious uppercuts that landed flush and dropped Stanionis to the canvas. It was a devastating sequence, and though Stanionis bravely got to his feet and made it to the end of the round, his corner had seen enough. Knowing their fighter had lost every round and was taking a beating, they made the smart call to stop the fight before round 7 began. Jaron Boots Ennis didn't just defend his title, he unified the division, adding the IBF, WBA, and Ring Magazine belts to his. Both he and Stanionis were given this shot thanks to Terrence "Bud" Crawford moving up in weight, vacating his belts. But while Stanionis showed heart, it was Ennis who showed he's the future of the welterweight division. He didn't just take the opportunity, he grabbed it, dominated, and left no doubt about who's the king now. Now that Boots Ennis holds multiple titles, the big question is, who's next? With Terrence Crawford having moved up and vacated the division, it leaves a power vacuum that Ennis is eager to fill completely. Fans are already buzzing about potential mega fights. Could we see Ennis face off against Virgil Ortiz Jr., who's also been on a knockout rampage? Or maybe a long-awaited clash with Errol Spence Jr. if Spence decides to return to 147 for one last shot at glory? Whoever steps up, one thing is clear. Ennis won't be an easy man to beat. He's not just defending belts now. He's building a legacy. What makes Ennis so dangerous isn't just his power, it's his IQ. He fights like someone who's 10 steps ahead of his opponent. Against Stanionis, he didn't just land big shots, he set them up with beautiful movement, feints, and perfect timing. When the 6th round knockout sequence happened, it didn't feel like luck or chance. It felt calculated. It was the work of a fighter who knew exactly when to press the gas, where to hit, and how to finish. That's the kind of skill set that separates great fighters from future legends. As for Stanionis, it's not the end of the road. He showed serious toughness and heart, staying on his feet through punishment most fighters wouldn't survive. He walked through fire and never stopped throwing, even as blood ran down his face. With the right recovery and rebuild, he can still be a major player in the division. But on this night, he ran into a fighter who simply had too much speed, skill, and firepower. Sometimes that's just how boxing goes.